Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. As you guys can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about my monthly favorites, everything from manga, manhwa, TV shows, etc. I'll put timestamps so you guys can jump around and see whatever you guys want to see. But first we're going to start out with manga because I feel like I've read quite a bit of manga and I'm just going to be talking about my favorites of this past month. We'll have a couple of recommendations videos coming up, so I don't want to go too in depth of the manga. For my monthly favorites, I'll go a little bit more in depth in my recommendations video. But for starters, we have The Fragrant Flower. This is kind of like a Romeo and Juliet, but modern, I would say. We have our male lead, who he is part of the school. You know, people get kind of scared of him because people say he has like a scary face. And on the other side, right next to their school, there is an all-girls school. It's like this prestigious school for wealthy kids. And the girls in this school absolutely hate the people from the school next to them, which is where the male lead is at. The male lead's parents own like a bakery shop and he goes to help out one day and he ends up meeting this girl. Now our male lead is a bit nervous because he feels like this girl is also going to kind of like be scared of him, but on the contrary, she sees him for who he is. You know, she's very cute and they're both very cute in their own little ways. I love this story so much. It feels like it's gonna lead up to some romance. They're starting out as friends right now, but it does feel like it will eventually lead into romance, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Next up, we have Real. Now, I've spoken about Real quite a bit on this channel, and I will keep on talking about it until more people read this manga because I love this manga. This manga is now up there with manga like The Climber in terms of how a sports manga can turn out to be. It is that good. This manga initially starts out like a slice of life, a drama, a tragedy, sprinkled in with a couple of basketball scenes. As the story progresses, then we start to see more basketball scenes. Also, this manga absolutely broke me, especially in volume 4. Like, there have been a couple of sad moments, but volume 4 really threw me on the ground and like stepped all over me. It was so sad because we see a backstory of a certain character, of one of the main characters, because there's 3 main characters in this manga series, and we see the backstory of this character and what led up to a certain event or certain things in his life, and it is so tragic and sad. It really was bad. Like, I was ugly crying, like actually ugly crying. I'll talk about it more in my recommendations video because, like I said, I'm gonna keep on talking about it until you guys read this manga. Go read Real. Unless you guys want to hear me talk about it again and again and again. Okay, next up, I have Goku Rakugai. I absolutely love this manga. This is my new favorite shonen, and it is absolutely criminal that there is not a lot of chapters out right now for this manga series. I love the character designs, I love the plot, I love the characters, because seriously, why are so many characters in this manga so freaking hot? I now have like 3 new husbandos and a new wife. But in terms of story, if you like Mob Psycho 100, I'm pretty sure you will like this manga as well because it's very similar. Like, there's a duo and they pick up jobs. It's like Mob Psycho 100 except the mentor, which is like Reagan, in this case is Tell, but she actually has powers, unlike Reagan. There's a lot more to it, but we'll just keep it at that for now. I also really like how the exposition is done in this manga. I think that's like something random, but I really like how it's done because I feel like it's a bit different than standard shonen. Also, side note, but apparently the mangaka for this manga is very young. Like, they are in their like late 20s. I believe they said that they're like 27 or 28 and they already have this cool great shonen manga series. Like, what even? Give me some of your talent. But we'll just leave it at that right now. Like I said, I'm gonna be talking about it more in my manga recommendations videos, possibly. Next up, I have Gachi Aikuta. I still don't know how to say the name of this manga. Somebody correct me, please. But the story of this manga is pretty cool as well. So we have this boy named Rudo. He lives on this sky island sort of thing called the Sphere, and he has a humble life. I think he like collects trash for a living or something like that. And then one day he goes home only to find that his adopted father has been murdered. And to make matters worse, he is being framed of committing this murder. He gets sentenced to death, and basically what they do is that they drop people from the sphere into something what they call the pit. Is basically whatever lies down there underneath the sphere. And so Rudo is dropped and he actually ends up surviving this drop and he vows for revenge. We love a good revenge story in this household. I am always here for it. And I just finished reading volume 2 a couple days ago, and I absolutely love a character that was introduced in the second volume. He might be my favorite character. He's so hilarious. Also, side note, there's also husbando here already. So, you know, we love to see them. We love to see it. We love to. Anyways, moving on to the next category, I have books. So, I didn't really read a lot of books, if I'm being honest. I think I've only read The Love Hypothesis, which I enjoyed a lot, but it's basically of, you know, fake relationship turn real relationship trope. And yes, I ate that up. Also, I mentioned how there is a chapter where there is smut in it, and I don't think I've ever read smut book form, like written actually being very descriptive. Like I've read it in manga before and manhwa, but never, I don't think I've ever read it in book form. And let me tell you guys, I was like, oh my god, nobody's like seeing me read this, right? Where is the holy water? That's not even scratching the surface. I'm also reading King of Greed right now, and also The Cruel Prince. So I've read like about 100 pages of King of Greed, and I'm almost done with The Cruel Prince. So we'll see how things develop. And then I also want to start reading Haunting Adeline and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I'm super excited to start reading them. Now for music, I just want to say that I have been obsessed with Frieren's OST. I listen to it for everything. I listen to it whenever I'm reading manga, whenever I'm reading a book, whenever even sometimes when I'm cleaning. I feel like it's really good to relax, and it's really good for reading as well. And then for music, like pop music, I'll just go ahead and put some little snippets here. Hopefully the copyright gods are not too harsh on me and I don't get copyrighted for this, but I'm gonna put little snippets so you guys can listen to the songs that I have been obsessed with these past couple of days.
Like